suggestions for ways to improve. So I think they're things that I've used both from training myself, me and Sally, and other people I've sailed with, and but also teams I've worked with and so on. First one is rudderless sailing. It's absolutely great fun to take your rudder off. To actually do that and then gain something out of the exercise, I recommend trying to sail around a course with no rudder on at all. And I don't mean generally just lifting it up, although with the rondars I know you can pivot it right up in the air and do that. To maintain some level of control, you need to put the centreboard to halfway and then attempt to sail around the course. And it's possible to sail very effectively around the course. And that means that you will learn about how your balance and trim affect the behaviour of the boat. Next, I've spent a lot of time recently just working on slow speed control, just to help with approaches to start lines and knowing how to get out of a position where you're nearly stuck in irons and when to use backing the jib, when to use tiller movements. So doing some slow speed control exercises is really useful and will improve your starting dramatically. Next is two-boat tuning. By lining up against another boat and just one boat changing one thing, doing a tuning run and then talking about it, coming back and repeating, perhaps changing one other thing, you learn an awful lot. It seems like slow progress at first, but it's a really good way of improving both boats sailing. Next thing I'd like to recommend and advertise is the idea of sailing some other boats. So for helms, I think getting some laser time is really good, and it certainly improves your downwind technique. But I think any other boats is always a good thing. So I sail a wide variety of boats and I recommend that approach as well. Next, I also advocate sailing in extreme conditions. So if you can possibly get out in really strong winds and really light winds, I think your overall sailing will be improved and you'll find sailing in medium conditions that much easier. And you'll be more sensitive to the adjustments you need to make as the wind either dies off or increases. So get out in those extreme conditions. And then lastly, I think as you get a bit older, and if you want to win trophies like the famous geriatric trophy, you need fabulous crews in the boat with you. So people like Sally are hard to come by, and if you've got a really fit and effective crew in the boat with you, it sure as hell makes the helming a lot easier. Okay, commercial break. I recommend Dave Dellenbaugh's DVD, Learn the Racing Rules. There's actually two DVDs in it, one which concentrates completely on marks and obstructions, and the other on when boats meet on a leg. So strongly recommend that one. I also recommend the Boat Whisperer DVDs, Upwind and Downwind, that Steve Cockerell's produced. I've looked at these and I know they're pitched at lasers, but I think there's a lot of useful information there, particularly on tacking and wave sailing, which you could find useful. Enjoy your event.